Our next guest wants you to devour her cookbook in the same way that you would binge watch your favorite shows. Vegan Comfort Classics is full of sweet, saucy, deep-fried goodies, courtesy of Lauren Toyota. And thanks for coming to the Your Morning Kitchen this morning.
This is beautiful. I love it here. Thanks for having me.
I can't believe all of this is vegan, and I say that because I'm used to thinking of vegan as, you know, sort of healthy, kind of dry, a little bit crumbly. These all look like gooey and delicious.
That's the point. I mean, I think that's a misconception. Unfortunately, there has been some maybe missteps in the vegan cooking movement. It's come a long way, though, and I'm trying to change people's minds because it doesn't have to be dry, and it doesn't have to be tasteless, and it doesn't necessarily have to be healthy. I think it's just about balance.
Yeah,
right?
You said there's nothing healthy. These aren't healthy, right?
No,
I'm not pretending that there's veggies inside.
I wanted to do dessert. Like, I don't always talk about all desserts, but I have a whole desserts chapter in the book, and I really just want to show people that, like, there's no compromise when it comes to eating sweets. And, like, when you eat a dessert, you're not trying to be healthy, right? You want to indulge, you want to have a sweet, so let's do it. This is all just all-purpose flour. Vegan butter is really the only substitute here. Non-dairy milk, sugars, baking powder, baking soda, salt. It's all the same.
And it can be tricky. Let's ice some of this.
Yeah, so we've got, you know, powdered sugar, almond milk, vanilla extract, and that's just like a glaze, so we can do these Pop-Tarts. Now, I made Pop-Tarts because I was never allowed to have these as a kid, like the ones that come in the package, and I was like, I really just want a Pop-Tart, like it's so nostalgic.
And now you feel good doing it.
Yeah.
You know, I was saying to you, too, I have friends who their whole family eats this way, who are vegan, but I don't ever know what to give their kids when they come over, so I serve, like, you know, apple wedges all the time.
Oh, that's no fun.
This is much better than the fruit that I'm typically serving.
See, but it is about balance. It's like you can have apple wedges and you can have a Pop-Tart.
Yes. Okay, but baking, Lauren, is all about science, right? So you can run into some tricks and some trouble sometimes when you're trying to substitute, you know, like vegan butter for regular butter.
That's like a one-to-one substitute. Okay. So if you take a recipe and if the only thing is like an egg and some butter, you can put vegan butter or margarine in the recipe instead, and then you can make, sometimes you can just use applesauce, a banana as your egg substitute, or you can use a mixture of ground flax and water, and it turns into this gelatinous substance that's like an egg binder.
Do you have some of that in your cookbook or on your
Yes, I have that kind of stuff in the cookbook and also on hotforfoodblog.com.
Oh, see, this is great to know.
But this stuff actually doesn't have any like traditional egg substitute. It's actually just the combination of flour, gluten, sugar, baking powder or baking soda that's causing the reaction to either rise or set or whatever. So these are Fudgy Brownies.
Yeah, they sure are. They're good.
They're nice and stacked. There's walnuts. You don't have to put walnuts if you're allergic to nuts. Yeah, making you eat. Have you even eaten breakfast?
No, this is an excellent choice for breakfast.
People eat Pop-Tarts for breakfast, though. But I mean, this is a little healthier. There's like a real raspberry puree in those, so it's not
These
too
are
bad.
really good, Lauren. Okay, I'm curious about this because chocolate chips typically have milk in them. So if you're vegan, you can't have them usually.
These are my favorite. These are chocolate chunk cookies. There's oatmeal in them as well. These have vegan butter, non-dairy milk.
Butter? What's in vegan butter?
It's just plant-based oils without any milk derivatives in them.
Got it.
And they taste and act and react and play just like real butter. So that's how I'm able to make a pastry crust like that, because it's cold and it's hard. So it's the same as butter, so you cut it up and you get that flaky texture mixed with the flour.
Got it.
And all that is actually step-by-step instructed in the cookbook. I show you like how to do a flaky pie crust, and I use it about 3 times in the cookbook.
So you really can make things look and feel the same without having to have the milk and dairy.
Yeah, I really just kind of want people to like, I mean, you know what? People are buying almond, soy milk, coconut milk. There's so many non-dairy milk substitutes in the grocery store, and people are buying them, and they are exactly the same in baking.
Well, it's nice to have a cookbook like yours that shows you how to sub them out. Okay, these apple fritters over here are calling my name. But typically you deep fry them. How do you vegan deep fry?
So deep frying is just hot oil.
Okay.
And people are afraid of deep frying. I used to be afraid of deep frying. I'm talking with my mouth full. Is that fine?
That's okay. That's what the cooking segment's for. You should see when Ben's in here.
Once I started deep frying, I was like, oh, I just like the idea of eating restaurant-style food at home and not thinking that that has to be relegated to something that you get at a restaurant. And actually, you can make it better at home. All you need to do is, you don't need a special deep fryer. You can do it in a pot. You just need regular vegetable oil, like canola oil or sunflower oil, and you just need a thermometer to monitor the temperature, because that's where if your oil gets too hot, you can run into some trouble. But I give you those instructions in the cookbook. And this is a simple dough, and I've got this all-purpose dough in the cookbook that I also use multiple times, and I make savory and sweet recipes with it. And when you're deep frying, you're actually not, I know it's like, it's not healthy to eat deep fried food all the time.
But again, it's an indulgence.
Yeah, and I think once in a while it's fine. And you're not, when you're deep frying at the hottest temperature that you're supposed to, the oil's not soaking into the food.
Right.
It's evaporating and getting everything crispy.
Quickly, let me ask you about preservatives, because there are no preservatives in this food. They're not going to last a long time. Can you freeze them?
Okay, so the cookie dough, you can freeze either before you make it and then cut up frozen cookies and bake them. Aren't those good? Or you can freeze these after. You know how you freeze Christmas cookies and stuff like that? You can freeze the cookies. The fritters, though, honestly have to be eaten. They're so good out of the fryer, warm.
They just have to be eaten, period, because they're so good.
You're not going to be able to save them. That's the thing.
No, you won't. These are so good. They're going to go fast. All right. Thank you so much for that.
Thanks for having me.
Good to go through your cookbook with you. We'll be right back.